Decentralized science is up 17.6% as a category as a whole. And what is driving this monumental pump right now? Well, as you guys are probably already aware of, Binance Labs has officially announced an investment into bioprotocol. What is bioprotocol? Don't worry about that right now. We will go through all of that plus more in today's video. This is the second time I'm recording this video, so I'm going to be getting straight to the point. Bioprotocol is you can think about it like Y Combinator for decentralized science, where they are launching several different biotech DAOs in the world of crypto and Web3 in order to fund a bunch of different scientific initiatives. I will read some of these articles to you, and then we'll go through the tokenomics, the valuation of the bio arrays, and what you can expect going into the future if you do want to partake in this ecosystem of bio DAOs. I kind of liken bio protocol to an index fund for these currently 7 different DeSci projects, but soon to be 10, 12, 15. Who knows how many they will be launching. But first up, this is huge. This is a huge investment. We've seen CZ talking about how he's only investing into artificial intelligence, blockchain, and biotech. And there was a lot of speculation as to what he meant by biotech. Anyone who can read between the lines understood that he meant decentralized science. Anyone who has been showing up consistently to the Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live streams that we do on a constant basis knows that we knew he was getting involved in decentralized science, as when I went out to Dubai earlier this year, I saw representatives from the Binance Labs investment firm at the DeSci events I was going to. So we knew they were shopping. We just didn't know what they were going to end up buying. And it looks like they're buying Bio Protocol, which is very exciting. So Binance Labs has invested in Bio Protocol, a pioneering protocol transforming the way early stage scientific research is financed and commercialized using blockchain tech. At Binance Labs, we are dedicated to unlocking groundbreaking advancements that drive long-term, real-world impact by supporting projects building meaningful technology, an approach that closely aligns with our investment in bioprotocol. Now, Andy here, the investment director at Binance Labs, said bioprotocol represents a significant step forward in DeSci by merging biotechnology and DeFi. At Binance Labs, we are dedicated to unlocking groundbreaking advancements that drive long term, real world impact by supporting projects building meaningful technology, an approach that closely aligns with our investment in bio, end quote. And then we also had Paul here, the founder of Bioprotocol, saying science drives human progress. But we've trapped our brightest minds in an endless funding maze. They spend 80% of their time writing grants instead of solving humanity's greatest challenges. Binance Labs' support will help shatter this broken system. As the undisputed leader in global liquidity, Binance Labs will help us unlock scientific breakthroughs from Boston to Singapore to Bangalore, catalyzing patient driven research at a scale that is impossible until now. This isn't just innovation, it's a revolution in scientific funding. Very, very exciting. In the next article here that I'm going to bring up, they literally liken bioprotocol to Y Combinator, which is a huge um, just like props to be put on the same level as Y Combinator. Y Combinator is a massive VC firm, a massive like angel investing firm for technology from Silicon Valley. And so Bioprotocol being likened to Y Combinator is massive. Imagine getting into Y Combinator in the early days of their existence. Now, one thing I do want to bring up and acknowledge here is that this is Binance's involvement in DeSci is not the first VC that is getting involved in decentralized science. There's a list of other VCs such as A16Z. They're already involved with a $3 million raise, I believe, into Amino Chain, which is crazy good. We've already seen people like, well, Binance Labs. Where's the other list? Here we go. We got Crypto VC 1KX, we got Boost VC, we got North Pond Ventures, which manages a $3 billion biotech fund participating in the Biogenesis Round 1. The company is currently conducting its second auction with the likes of Z Prime Capital, Cosmos Ventures, and Panga Capital participating, bringing the total round to 13 million at the time of this article, but it's even higher now, and it continues to just skyrocket higher and higher. So $15 million in phase two of the pre-sale has already taken place. Now it's come down a little bit because I just refreshed the screen, which means some of these bio protocol tokens are starting to go down in value a little bit, which makes sense. We just saw some of the craziest pumps that we've seen all year in these tokens, so it makes sense for people to take a little bit of profits. The only one that has not filled the auction is HairDAO. Now, if you are unfamiliar with BioDAO at all, what I'm talking about probably has not made a ton of sense up until this exact moment. Because I'm now going to explain to you how the entire funnel system is working, what bioprotocol is actually doing, what these biotech DAOs are doing, and then we'll get into the funding and the tokenomics behind the token. And I'll leave you guys with some closing thoughts on where I see decentralized science going. If you enjoy this type of content, please make sure you hit that like button. It really appreciates it, and it allows me to know to keep on trucking forward. Now, so far, BioProtocol has helped launch VitaDAO, ValleyDAO, AthenaDAO, CryoDAO, HairDAO, CerebrumDAO, and SciDAO. Now, Research Hub also took part in this initial Genesis round for BioProtocol's token, which is why I say that BioProtocol is more of an index fund for DeSci than just an incubator for BioDAOs, as you can get involved in this if you, like any project, could get involved in this and get some exposure into the BioProtocol DAO ecosystem, right? So far, Research Hub, for anyone who's not familiar, is the project that Brian Armstrong co-founded, the CEO of Coinbase. We have a lot of heavy hitters in decentralized science. We even have one of the co-founders of SingularityNet who co-founded a DeSci project as well. So there's actually a lot of people paying attention to this space. Vitalik, CZ, Brian Armstrong, Dr. Ben, I forget his last name. I always butcher the pronunciation, but let's yeah, I'm getting distracted here. I'm getting distracted. So let's refocus in on this. So BioProtocol helps launch these different BioDAOs. They just actually ended a round two cohort for incubating BioDAOs. So that list I just read, plus soon to come Long COVID Labs, Curetopia for rare diseases, and Quantum Biology DAO. So three new DAOs that they'll be launching, which adds into this basket of a fund that is BioProtocol, which adds to the valuation of BioProtocol in the long term as these different bio DAOs start to grow and create more and more IPTs or IP NFTs. This is intellectual property tokenized on the blockchain. It is a real world asset which is tokenized on the blockchain. Given that real world assets and goodwill on companies' balance sheets are already digital. They're intangible items. Intellectual property is not something you can physically hold, and so they are already digital in nature. Now we're just bringing them to the blockchain for the first time. So this is a huge, huge step forward globally, honestly. Now you could be tokenizing any kind of IP, which is crazy. Bioprotocol is focused specifically on biotech intellectual property, right? So the molecule itself behind a pharmaceutical, right? And they've launched several different IPTs, and they're all tradable. You can go trade them. Most of them are tradable. You can go trade them, which is crazy. So these are the foundations of biotech companies that eventually could IPO on the stock market theoretically, and they're owned a majority through the DAO. But also people like you and me can go partake in these rounds and purchase some of these intellectual property tokens and own part of the molecule, which is going to potentially be something that makes humans live an extra 50 years, right? Think of the value that is accruing in that. That value, those IPs are in the treasuries of these DAOs. Those DAO tokens, the BioDAO tokens here, go into a giant fund that is the BioProtocol token, right? Makes sense. Now, what what else is BioProtocol doing? Because it is an incubator. It's not just an index fund. And this was a photo I talked about at nauseum in the other video, but again, the mic wasn't working in the other video. So very briefly, I'm just going to say that the BioDAO here is the catalyst for multiple, or it's the liaison, is what I said in the last video, between universities, direct to consumer businesses, big pharma, and the community. The community drives the value in all of this. The community drives the decision making in all of this. So, what big pharma companies are we going to partner with? What universities are we going to do the science within? What direct to consumer business models and ideas and products are we going to actually ship out from these community driven DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, right? Makes a lot of sense. Got it? Good. On to the next. So far, Bio Protocol in the Genesis round. Round one, they raised $6 million. Round two, so far they've raised almost $20 million. It's about 15 million. So all told, probably by the time you guys see this video, they will have raised $25 million for the Bio Protocol token. The total supply being 3.32 billion. Right now, the bio token is non-transferable. That will change once they're done with the Genesis rounds. Then you'll be able to transfer it. The market cap, the market supply, but the max supply is not yet decided. This is the total supply, and for now it's the max supply, but they did not make it so that it's permanent, right? So the community can vote, because this is a DAO, the community can vote to increase the total supply if they decide to. Right now, this is just what you get, right? 3.32 billion. And as far as the distribution goes, we have 6% to the community airdrop, 20% to the community auction, 25% to the ecosystem incentives, 21.2% to the core contributors, 13.6% to investors, 5% to Molecule Ecosystem Fund, another 5% to Molecule itself, and then 4.2% to advisors. It is right on the cusp for what I consider to be good tokenomics, with the community getting 56% of the supply. My threshold, my minimum viable threshold is 50%, so it's 56%. It's right there. 44% to the internal team. Now, generally speaking, you want to pay close attention to the unlocks. What I find very fascinating about this sale is that a lot of the people who are getting involved are getting locked up for 6 years, which is pretty crazy. It shows the long-term commitment behind the bio protocol ecosystem. A lot of this stuff is going to take a long time. Even, well, I'll save that for my final thoughts there in a minute, but um, that's the distribution schedule. So you can see initially they'll be launching with about a third of the supply, give or take. And then after 1 month, there's a pretty large cliff and then a slow and steady increase over the next 5 years, which would be 6 years in total. And then it levels off, right? Got it. You can take screenshots if you want to. This is inflation. This is just the way that it is, guys. Um, you can actually continue to go down further and see that the community auction, which is what you would be participating in right now here, the Biogenesis auction, community auction for 20% of the supply, you get 50% liquid and 50% 1 year linear vested. So if you partook in Biogenesis auction round one with me, where we got in at an $85 million valuation, trying to see if I can pull that up. Yeah, we got in at an $85 million valuation for 7.25% of supply. You'll notice that you have two tokens, Bio and VBio. The VBio is the vested bio, which will be redeemable 1-for-1 over the course of a full year. So half of it is locked up, but it is a linear vesting schedule for those of us getting in the community auction. We see the community airdrop. If you partook in any of the funding of these other bio DAOs and the Genesis rounds for the other bio DAOs, the ones that were listed out, where's that graphic? Whatever, man, wherever the graphic went. I'm not even going to cut this part, which is going to be funny, but Biogenesis. All these different bio DAOs that they have, and the three that are coming, if you partake in those, you get airdropped some of the Biogenesis token, the bio and VBio, right? That stuff is going to be locked up for a 6 year period, 1 year cliff and 6 year linear vesting, which is actually kind of insane, but it keeps people locked up. And you can go through, and I'll put the links to these documents in the description of the video so you guys can check it out if you're interested in doing some more in-depth analysis. One thing that I did not mention that is important to mention is that the incubated BioDAOs, these three here, and all of the BioDAOs, what they get for going through the bioprotocol incubator program is Long COVID Labs here, for example, received $100,000 in a grant to build out the team and build out the infrastructure to actually go do the raise and to get their start. And in exchange, Bio Protocol is getting 6.9% of the token supply. So it's a pretty good deal there, in my opinion. It gives them that seed money to get things going, and then Bio Protocol gets some of those tokens to hang on to. So as far as the bio token utility, you get the curation of bio DAOs joining the bio network. So these lists you get to help decide. If you own the token, you get terms for participation in bio DAOs and their IP token sales. You get support for discounts on bio DAO health products and services. You get the meta governance within member bios and bio emissions, treasury allocations, and bio protocol updates. The bio value accrual is the treasuries, right? So the treasury within each of the DAOs is going to be holding these IPTs, and they're going to be making investments into funding science and scientific initiatives and helping researchers get closer and closer to clinical trials and helping product development and product shipment. And all of that is in exchange for the individual BioDAO to receive ownership over parts of those companies, equity stakes or IP token deals and stuff like that. That is their treasury. And then the bio token is getting valued based off of the exposure to all these different treasuries. So one good example is VitaDAO having like a 18 or 19 million dollar treasury. That is a fundamental value that's backing the Vita token, right? Not exactly, because I'm not going to try and get anyone in trouble by the SEC. However, I am going to here for the next 30 seconds speak directly to the United States government and anyone who is watching from the United States government, more specifically to Donald Trump. If you're watching this right now, I think that you need to change this, because in order to partake in the biogenesis auction, you might get geo-blocked because you'd be from the United States. And I want to point out that the United States here is on a list with other geo-blocked countries: North Korea, Iran, Iraq, Syria, Sudan, and the United States. What the fuck? Why are we on a list with North Korea? Just take it, fix it. You got 4 years, Trump, fix it. All right. Next up, I want to go over just quickly the valuations and the market cap for the bio ecosystem as it currently exists. It's sitting around $90 million in total market cap averaged out over the last 7 days. You can see most of the market cap was just VitaDAO and then the launch of some of the other bio protocol tokens. And now it's kind of been spread out and we've got a little bit of a decline here, but it does look like it is finding a bottom. And with the advent of this news of bio getting money from Binance, we've seen a massive skyrocket in these different bio DAOs. The valuations of these bio DAOs have started to skyrocket. Even Research Coin, even Data Lake up 61% right now. So it is very crazy to see all of this happening. We don't know exactly how much money was put into bio from Binance, but we can make an educated guess based off of the other investments or Binance Labs has made in the past. And we see it ranging anywhere from 1 million to 37 million. If I had to make a rough guess here, I would say between $2 to $5 million has been put into the bio protocol. I don't know if it was probably for equity, but it could just be for tokens. I don't know that. As I find out more information, I'll be sure to share it with all of you guys. Your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully, this is worth investing it into. This is the catalyst that is going to be sending all of decentralized science much, much higher. So hopefully you guys are ready. And if you are in the DeSci Shillers Telegram, you need to be ready, because what's going to be happening moving forward is you guys have your work cut out for you pretty drastically, as people are going to be looking at decentralized science a lot more moving forward, because Binance Labs getting involved was a somewhat of a social validation for other people to start looking at the sector. Once they start looking and seeing that the co-founder of SingularityNet has a project, when they see the CEO of Coinbase has a project, when they see CZ, when they see Vitalik getting super excited, when they see VC fund after VC fund after VC fund investing into DeSci, they're going to be looking for information. You guys have the information, and it's our responsibility to share it with them. One final thing, and this is like a proof of concept, honestly, because I didn't know about this until someone from the DeSci Shillers Telegram pointed it out. But Binance Labs is going to be hosting on November 13th in Bangkok a Web3 like builders party, a builder house, where a bunch of DeSci heads, a bunch of DeSci leaders are going to be gathering and collaborating. So I would pay close attention to what is born from this collaboration, as we might see the advent of several new DeSci projects if we get all of the bright minds in one room. I'm a little bit envious. I wish I was there, but also don't want to take a flight out to Bangkok. But again, your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing it into, and I will see you guys in the next video.